What's up, guys? It's Oblivious Gamer here, and well, a lot has been happening in the gaming space with regards to news, especially since we're coming after the Game Awards where there were announcements, reveal trailers, all that kind of stuff. Personally, however, I wanted to talk a bit about Virtua Fighter. Sega, during the Game Awards, had a trailer and basically announced that they are bringing back some old franchises. This announcement was also part of them sending letters to some content creators, some big people in the industry being like, hey, we got something to show. And well, it was that announcement. Basically, there are new games in development for Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, and Streets of Rage, which they all are games that people love, were part of Sega's history and are big franchises that people have been wanting to see back for a while. I know Jet Set Radio is one of the biggest ones that people were like, we really want to see a new game. Now, there was a recent interview also that came out after all of this with Sega Co-Chief of Operating Officer and Sega of America CEO Shuji Utsumi. And this was an interview done by the Washington Post where he discussed the reboots and basically said, we really wanted to show edginess and a rebellious mindset. They wanted to channel that Sega from the Genesis era, from those times that people have fond memories of all these games. And basically the pillars currently for Sega, or at least modern Sega, has been Sonic, Yakuza, and some other games, but they really have been wanting to bring back these old franchises that kind of built them up in the days. However, though a lot of people were excited for this announcement, what people say, however, something was missing. One particular franchise wasn't mentioned at all, which was a big deal for Sega, especially back in the day, and that was Virtua Fighter. There was no mention or word of that franchise, which a lot of people have been expecting Sega might be doing something with it, as fighting games have been seeing a lot of amazing games, and a lot of them have become extremely more popular than they were before. And despite their attempts with having, what people call Blitz netcode, with that Virtua Fighter remaster or remake, which the netcode was, I feel it still did show that there is some interest out there for the game and that there are people who are willing to support it and get the game. So there is interest out there. Now, in an interview with the Washington Post, which is what I mentioned earlier, there is a mention of Virtua Fighter, with Utsumi saying, we are evaluating right now. Virtua Fighter doesn't use many tricks, special moves like in Street Fighter. It's very realistic. How can we make it more dramatic? It's something we are working on. So basically that's what Utsumi said. So they do want to bring the franchise back. However, they do realize something. And well, I like Virtua Fighter look. I have nothing against it, but we have to be honest. None of their fighters stand out. They all look extremely boring and of course, not memorable at all. No, Virtua Fighter is grounded to a level of reality, unlike other fighters which can create wacky and crazy characters that people will remember. So obviously Virtua Fighter has that against that, but it's also part of its charm, I would say. It's why some people gravitate towards Virtua Fighter, because they want that. Obviously, it's a little harder to market realism for a fighting game when the space is already busy with currently so many amazing fighting games that are getting the eyes of so many people. And that's also what Utsumi mentions, which is they understand the space is currently very competitive, when currently the fighting games out there are not just good and fun, but they are attracting a lot of new people. So for them, it's how can we make our game stand out? And there's also a fact of the gameplay can't really be flashy. As it mentions, it's there's no superpowers, there's no abilities, no fireballs. They're normal people. They can just shoot laser beams. I mean, they do get a nice low punch though.
Ready, go!
I think it's nice that they are trying, but it's gonna take time because they want to see how can they approach this. Because I feel so Sega understands they have a fan base, that has been supporting the game for 30 years, and you also don't want to upset that fan base. You don't want to spit in their face by creating something that it's not Virtua Fighter. You kind of want to also appease them because these are the people that have been there for you through thick and thin. I think that's why Sega is struggling. Like, they have a very tight rope that they have to walk because they're like, have to balance it out. How can they attract new people but also keep, the fan base interested and appease them? I would like to see another Virtua Fighter for sure, but I do believe it's going to take a while before we see another one. At least if we want them to be careful what they bring out in the market, because the other problem is, okay, they put time, they put effort, another Virtua Fighter comes out and it flops. That's also another thing you don't want, because you don't want them to say, oh, this franchise is not worth our time or investing money. So I think definitely that's another side that we have to see. They don't want to invest money and not be worth it, especially with Sega going all above and beyond with all their games and trying to create this next super duper quadruple A game or whatever. So we'll see, but I think that's the situation. I think we will see a Virtua Fighter, but not just yet. I think there's going to be some patience, and hopefully they do manage to find a way or see what they can do. Because like I said, you don't want to change Virtua Fighter into something that it's not. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. As always, still, what are your thoughts, guys? This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.